And today I want to show you a small experiment and to show you the principle of electric current, which is not understood in our civilization and in our society and in our science. Although our civilization can be considered a civilization of electricity. Everywhere is electric power in use. And that concept of electric current, of electricity, is not understood in the science because of the impossible concept of the electrostatic unit of charge, which is electron. So this material universe is motion, and that is motion simulates rest, the universe at rest. So nothing static can be in this material universe. So the so-called electrostatic charge unit does not exist. And all about electric current is explained, unfortunately, wrong. So I brought here one empty vessel, nothing in, and then I brought demineralized water, bought somewhere in the store. I will open it now for the first time. You see, opening. And I will put water into this vessel. Okay, isn't it? So then I have a ring, copper ring, which is connected to welded, and nothing more. And you see, I place this copper ring into the water, and there is nothing more here except water and copper ring. And here I brought a multimeter. You see, 0. It is here set on 200 millivolt DC. So I try to reach with here this the middle of this ring, and the plus, the thread one on the ring. Do you see? Once more. You see? There is electric current, but it is not stable because I cannot hold it precisely, and so it's changing. But in any case, you see clearly that I have measured electric current. And the question is, from where comes that electric current? According to the official science, it could not be explained because nowhere come the electrostatic charge units here. From where? Nowhere. There are no electrostatic charge units here. There is no source of electrostatic charge unit. It cannot be explained with electrostatic charge units. And I now share something what is new and not known, and that is that principle of electric current is following. Whenever we reach and succeed to divide one balanced condition, one equilibrium condition, into opposite pressure conditions, then the motion is imperative between these pressure conditions in order to interchange their polarities to come back and define the balance. And that is the very reason why everything in the universe of the motion is moving, and what is electric current. So in simple words, it is expansion compression sequence, and that is here the case. Water is balanced, and when I placed the ring inside, I divided into the water inside the ring and outside, different pressures, and then appeared electric current, and I have measured it. So there will be more to explain about this and to understand that every motion is an electric current. So in this universe of motion, everything is electricity, and electricity is tool with which creator is creating this material universe. So in my next videos, I will show more about these principles. I will explain principle of gravity or magnetism and other concept of mass of light, of everything else. But for now, to understand the principle of electric current. I thank you very much for your attention.
Hello everyone, I'm going to be trying a experiment I saw online. I'll post the link to the video. It's not mine, I'm not taking any credit for it, I'm just trying it out. So I've got just an ordinary ceramic bowl, assortment of copper rings. Don't know if these will be any good, but they're pure copper. Deionized water. You should use demineralized, but I can only get this. And we're going to be testing it with multimeter. So let's open this. Just pour it in there. That should be plenty. This is just to create a balanced state of equilibrium in the bowl. Then we will try this one first. This is my thickest one. It's pretty small, so I'm not expecting it to have much of a effect, but we'll give it a go. So that goes in there. See, there's nothing, it's just a bowl, water, copper ring, nothing else. No power lines, nothing. And we've got the multimeter. I think that's DC. This is trial and error. I've not used this multimeter before, so it might be a bit of a cockle. 1 second. Alright, it's hard to do this on a one-man camera. So if I remember correctly, we put the negative in the middle. I'll just test these before so you know. If you can see that, there's no reading before. That goes there, and this goes to the positive. It's hard to hold still, but you can see I'm getting 0.114. So it's not much, but this proves that it's hard to hold still, that the closer you can get the black, the negative, I shouldn't say negative really, but the negative to the geometric set of the 0 point. So I'm getting, I've got 0.16 there, 0.14. So it is working. I'm putting this in the geometric 0 point, if any of you have studied an atom. And I'm putting the positive on the outside of the ring, and there is a difference in the voltage of these 2 points. That shouldn't happen according to the mainstream narrative. So someone's selling porkies. That's we're paying for energy, which is all around us in the universe. That's government for you. Hopefully that was useful. Bit of a crap video, but yeah, just feel free guys, just experiment yourselves. All you need is a copper ring, don't do what I did, get a much bigger one. A ceramic insulated bowl, deionized, preferably demineralized water. And a multimeter. This is all you need to test this for yourself if you're skeptical. And yeah, spread this message, get out there, get experimenting, and let's move forward to this. Thank you.
I have realized I'm a scientist and I love science and I love scientific methodology, which I accepted during my scientific career more than 25 years. When I have realized that many concepts in the science are wrong, and then have this went out of the science and have decided to investigate on my own and to find out the truth. So I found also in official science many discoveries, many inventions that relate to the right concept, but that were wrong interpreted. So even in laboratories, we can see what is electric current, what is atom, and there are recordings. So I have decided then to prove that right concept of the atom experiment. And the first step, which everybody can repeat, is take a copper ring of copper, and place it in a water, in some ceramic container or made of isolator, and then place one pin of the multimeter in the middle and other one on the ring, and you will find electric current. There is nothing there except copper ring and water, and you measure electric current on the ring as a difference in the potential in the center of the ring and on the ring itself. And when you see there clearly existence of electric current, then every scientist, every serious scientist would ask self, why this current, how it comes out? According to the official scientific concepts, this current could not exist. And then I have decided to make a little bit more precise measurements and to test and find out that centering point in the copper ring, in the center of the copper ring, is a point of zero electric potential, is a point of stillness, is a point of balance, as is a point which is the source of energy from which those light waves, those light rings are borrowing energy to spin around the copper ring, and that is electric current. Movement of the light rings around the copper ring, and that is electric current. And then I have done that measurement and interpreted the results, and that is everything in my paper to find in details, but I will explain that in simple words. So I have measured that in the center of the copper ring, when I placed inside sodium chloride, which is a balanced entity, so that I knew that the center must be in the geometric center. Balanced entity means I knew that sodium and chloride are so to say thin flames, and when they build a compound, that is then balanced entity. That is why we cannot eat a lot of salt. Just a little salt is enough, because it's a balance, it's a huge energy. Yeah. So, and then I made the measurements and found that in the middle is really that 0 point still balance point, which is source of energy, and from which these rings, which I have measured as electric current, are borrowing energy in order to move, in order to spin. And then I have evaluated that, and I gave the name to this right cell, atom and particle concept, aton, A-T-O-N, because honoring the inventor, so to say, of that concept, God Aton. So it is his concept. I proved that experimentally. So, and there are also other measurements in the official science, the black holes. They have measured recently in the center of our galaxy, also the black hole, and that proves also that the laws of the macro and micro are the same, not a different. So that the black hole, that still point of spirit, God, creator, mind, call however you wish it, but it is the source of energy, and from that is the controller of every motion. And then I knew before I started this experiment that there are no electrons as they are described in the science, because electron is described as a negatively charged particle. Negative charge is a nonsense, has no meaning in English. And furthermore, I have understood that this material universe of motion is simulation of the still universe at rest. We are experiencing, or say we are living in two universes simultaneously: the universe of cause, which is still balanced, motionless, changeless, which is source of the power, source of the energy, and the material universe of motion, which simulates by motion that rest and that balance with imbalance. So every piece of matter is actually condensed light, which simulates that still light of the universal mind, which is that universe of motion, and which is called wrongly in the science magnetism. There are elements which are one light ring, two light rings, three light rings, and the only one element in the nature which integrated all these light rings into the true sphere is a carbon. Carbon is a pivotal element in the nature, is the highest melting point, highest potential. And carbon is a really expression of the idea of matter, real, because all other elements are stages or phases to that carbon stage. Carbon is a real wonder, and those also need not put on the proper position in the periodic chart of elements. One should find by Walter Russell the right periodic chart of the elements where carbon is placed on the 26th position and hydrogen on 18th position. Science is missing all the 17 elements before the hydrogen and is placed the hydrogen on the first place. You will be amazed who really, all of you who like truth and want truth, and so go and read Walter Russell, The Universal One, The Secret of Light, The Atomic Suicide. It has been published around almost 100 years ago, 1926. Almost 100 years ago, but it was removed. Okay, but now we have found it and want to give a recognition and honor to Walter Russell, who brought these concepts and this knowledge to this planet, and we want to also to stand on his shoulders and expand it and see further. Okay, that's a normal and usual way. I'm now connected with spirit and such a streaming, because mentioning that recognition and honoring Walter Russell, who does it 100%. So the most important incarnation of all times, because he brought the knowledge, and knowledge is so important. Only knowledge can make people free. You people cannot become free with any material wealth, on material possession, on anything else except with knowledge. Knowing self first and foremost, and knowing right concepts and right equations and laws of creation. And then you will recognize your passion, your mission, and live happy life, expressing yourself creatively in your field of interest. In what is your talent? That is your soul. That is you soul.